Had to come on here and speak my 3 cent. I ain't gonna say 2 cent. I'm speaking my 3 cent. Uh, as y'all see in the title, it says government shutdown. Uh, if they wouldn't agree to something by 12 o'clock last night, the government was gonna shut down. Yeah. So basically, they agreed 45 more days uh, to keep the government open, funded. They didn't get the 24 billion extra for Ukraine, and they didn't get no extra money for um, for the border because they taking the money and saying border security, but they taking the money and basically housing these people and taking care of these people. So that's basically what they're doing with the border security money. What they doing the Ukraine money, if y'all don't know, they basically paying the Ukraine's budget. Uh, so their firemen, their politicians, their police, their military, that's where our money is going. So it's to prop them up. So while they fight a war, they can get money to be propped up. You know what I mean? So basically, that's what's going on with the money. Now, a lot of people mad at the Republicans, especially McCarthy, the speaker, because they felt like he caved in. But again, it's all politics, man. It's all what you can do for me and I can do for you type shit. It's no different. Politics no different than hood. That's why when you hear niggas say, like, I'm here in Detroit, I'm originally from Lansing. Lansing politics is different from Detroit politics. Niggas move here differently. Just like niggas where I live move differently. So everybody got their own set of politics, their own set of things that they do for one another, things of that nature, man. So it's no different. It's no different than the hood. They make this shit like it's challenging or like it's something different. It's the same shit. They just dealing with you just dealing with niggas in suits. That's all it is. In street you dealing with niggas with street clothes on. That's it. It ain't nothing no different than the next man. Everybody put their shit on the sign. And just some wear suits. That don't mean they ain't gangster. Some niggas wear glasses, you know what I'm saying? And some niggas don't wear glasses. You know what I mean? That's all it is. But the reason why I'm speaking on it is because student loans started back today, officially. So we've been on hiatus. I say we because I have student loans and there's a lot of us that have student loans. Now, we've been on hiatus for 3 years since the pandemic. So it's been officially 3 years. Excuse me. But at the end of the day, I just explained to you how they're giving all this money to help the illegals. They're giving all this money to help the Ukrainians. Where's our help at? Why we don't get no help? Pausing it doesn't mean the shit ended. Some people still was racking up interest even though the shit was paused. So being American, gas is high, food is high, car note, rent, mortgage, gas, everything is high. So where's the relief from us? If y'all can send for y'all who don't know, it's been at least 100 billion plus. They want to say 117, but I'm gonna say 100 bill. They didn't send to Ukraine. How long that conflict been going on? That conflict ain't been. I don't think it hit a whole year yet. And if it is, it's coming up on a whole year. So you done sent the country 100 billion plus in a year or less than a year's time. But you can't give the American people no relief. I mean, Democrats is real, you know, and I don't want to get into this whole Democrat Republican thing because that's how people get emotional. Oh, the Republicans is this, the Democrats is this, But at the end of the day, man, these people aren't human. They no different than us. They greedy just like us. I'm walking around in the park. If I see this tree I'm coming up on, if I see a tree with a suitcase and I see some money sticking out that bitch, do you think I'm gonna just grab that money and run to the police like, hey, I was in the park and I'm just want to just make sure this money get back to its owner and this, that, and the third? Man, you out your rabbit ass man. I'm gonna take that paper. You know what I mean? You don't think the jobs I done worked, jobs that other people didn't work, you don't think people want a raise and want more money? Like, think about it, man. So we all, this American, man, this is a basically a capitalistic society. I don't give a fuck how you cut it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, everybody want paper. Everybody want to live somewhere nice. Everybody want a big house. Everybody wants something. You know what I mean? So to get something, you need something. So at the end of the day, it's no different than these politicians. So that's why I don't really get caught up in that whole, well, the Republicans, they want money too. They gonna do some foul shit to get some money on their side or get some money in their pocket. Same thing the Democrats doing. So I can't fault them. It ain't like I hate them. I understand the game. You know what I'm saying? It's like the movie, if you ever seen the movie with Eddie Murphy. It's either delusional, delirious, or some shit like that. But basically, he ended up becoming a dead congressman. You know what I'm saying? You know, because he running the racket. You see, they running the racket. He become a dead congressman, but as he fake his way through it, and he end up getting on certain committees and sharing shit like that, he find out, oh man, this shit about money. These people getting put in positions because of money. It ain't because they're the smartest. Like, do you think Mitch McConnell is the smartest motherfucker? Do you think Chuck Schumer, who is the Democrat leader in the Senate, you think these people are the smartest motherfuckers in the world? You think Nancy Pelosi is smart? You think Hakeem Jeffries is smart? You think McCarthy is smart? Like, come on, man, this shit about paper. And when these people become leaders, it's because they're the ones who know where they can get all the money at. You think Jay-Z is the smartest motherfucker? Do you think Puffy the smartest motherfucker? You know what I mean? Do you think Russell Simmons is the smartest motherfucker? No, they made a whole bunch of money and people assume that they're smart because they got a whole bunch of money. It's like Bill Gates. Bill Gates is a what? He's not a scientist. He's not a doctor. He ain't a politician. But somehow he influenced the medical industry. Now he's getting into the agriculture. He's buying up land. He's planting crops in his particular seed or, you know, whatever he doing. That man don't know nothing about agriculture. He just got enough money to where people be like, yo, I'm gonna listen to him. And if they and then the parts that they listen to is selective at that. Because at the end of the day, he done told you we got too many people on the planet and we need to depopulate. He done told that. You can go on YouTube, Twitter, IG, you can go anything. He done told you out his mouth that it's too many people on the planet and we need to depopulate and whoop-de-whoop. So when he come up with a vaccine and y'all run to it, like, yeah, I'm gonna take this vaccine. The motherfucker just told you that he want to depopulate the planet. But since he got money, we equate money with smarts. So that's why I just named all the people I just named. From the politicians to the people we look up to, or even in the hood. And they get knocked off. You know what I mean? Dang, I thought Dog was on top of his shit. Nobody's that motherfucker smart. Nobody can evade the police. I'm pretty sure anybody come across this video, y'all got partners that went to the feds. Shit, I got partners. My brother went to the feds. You know what I mean? That don't mean these niggas are smart because they had paper. They just had paper so people assume, oh, these niggas smart. These niggas get money. Nah, man. It is what it is. Ain't nobody that motherfucker smart. It just, we in America assume whoever got the most money. That's why the nigga in the hood hitting all the chicks, getting all what he getting, because they assume He got some money, so he must be smart, or he must have this. He must. It's no different than the politicians, man. No different. So the government was about to shut down. Everybody frantic. The first thing they say is, it's gonna hurt black people. And like I told my wife, why every time something happens with the government, especially when the Democrats, they get to saying how much it's gonna hurt us specifically. But when we need help with something, they get to talking about minority, they get to talking about poor people. They don't be specific when it's time for that money to get spent. When it's something that they feel they can use against us, they say black people. But then let me go get a grant. Let me try to go get a grant right now. You know, I got my own business. Let me try to go get a grant. The grant gonna say minority owned, LGBT, poor people. Why I can't say just black people? So that's why I don't believe in that whole, when they get to crying and saying how much shit gonna affect us. And then the second thing is, why are black people so dependent on the government? That's the second thing. Why we need them so much. See, we laugh at the white folk that be saying they don't want the government in their business. See, black people, we say that shit too, but we say that to one another. You know, we don't want the next black man, black woman in our business. But then we deal with the government, and the government is all in our business, right? Section 8, food stamps, just different things, that child support, all kind of shit, where we have the government in our business. So for some odd reason, they like to scream that how much we're going to be. They don't say, oh, the government shut down, it's going to hurt everybody. They start getting more specific. If the government shut down, it's going to hurt black people. And you know why they say that shit? Because they know we get scared. Like, oh, what's going to happen? So we get scared. Oh, man, this going to happen, that going to happen. At the end of the day, them people don't give a fuck about us. And then the people who say, man, the Republicans, yep, they don't give a fuck about us either. Trump, he care about rich people. That's obvious. But who you think paid for Joe Biden and Kamala to run for president? It costs, for somebody to run for president, they said the tally now is in the billions. It's in the billions to become president. So for you to be the president, you're going to have to come up with some billions. Who paid for Joe Biden? You think the average American paid for that? You can see who paid for his campaign, because look who he giving his money to. He turning a blind eye to China. He got my man Zelensky with the sob story, with the whole we got to give Ukraine some money. But then if y'all really go do your research, Ukrainians is partying like a motherfucker. I ain't never known somebody to be at war and they partying. Do your homework, man. This shit online. Don't go by what the media be telling you, man. The media is bought and paid for, dog. Like, it's propaganda. For y'all who don't know, the reason why Hitler became Hitler, everybody takes a page from Hitler. The Jews took a page from Hitler. That's why the Jews are powerful. Not because they're the smartest. They learned. Because if you got to think, if these people are so smart, then how they allow Hitler to kill 6 million of them? So that's what you got to ask yourself first. So when you think about Jewish people and you think these people are smart, you got to ask yourself from history standpoint, how did Hitler delete 6 million Jews? How, if they're supposed to be the smartest? They not the smartest. They just learned. Like how we should. Like how everybody else has. Think about in our community. Think about in the hood. Who came in the hood first? You had the Irish, you had the Jews, you had the Italians. They was in the hood first. The reason why dope was being sold in the hood is because of the Purple Gang, which was the Jewish gang, the Italian mafia, the Irish mob, Dutch Schultz and all them. Like, come on, man. They was in the hood. They the ones who had the bakeries, the corner stores, the liquor, so on and so forth. They the ones who had that shit, right? They made their money out the hood. And guess what? They moved out because now they got money to move away. They moved away, right? Who came next? I remember being a little kid. I remember seeing all the Koreans. Why? You just had the Korean War in the 50s and 60s. So we felt bad what we did to the country. So we allowed some of the Koreans come through. We allowed them to come through. They got a line of credit. They took over all the stores, right? You had all the Asian food places. You still got some now. They hit and miss. But back in the day, they was everywhere. Asians was everywhere because we destroyed their country from Vietnam to the Korean War, Korean War and the Vietnam War. So we allowed these people to come in. But you telling me they came into the country, they wouldn't able to even do shit in their own country. That's what people talk about with the illegals when they say, if you allow these many illegals in, it's gonna be better for our economy. If letting in X amount of illegals in right now is good for our economy, why they didn't help their own economy? That's what you got to ask yourself. So when they let these people in, man, you think these the brightest people that they letting in? And how was they able to get the store that the Jews, not the Arabs, the Jews, the Irish, and the Italians, how did they get them stores for them? If it was in the black community, why did it didn't get passed on to the blacks? You ask yourself that? When the Irish, when the Irish, when the Italians, and when the Jews moved out the hood, and they're in the hood, why the black people didn't take over them stores? The liquor stores, the gas stations. Ask yourself, man. So they had the Asians come through. Asians got their money. The Koreans and the Vietnamese got their money. They left. Who was next? The Arabs. Arabs is currently in our hood. The East Indians and the Arabs is in the hood now. They the ones who running all the liquor stores, all the gas stations. We still in the hood though. You know who gonna be next? The Mexicans. They're gonna be the next ones to take over the gas stations, the liquor stores, and guess who's still gonna be in the hood? Us. So that's why I don't believe in that whole, man, the Democrats, they ain't like the Republicans. Man, I'd rather deal with a motherfucker that's gonna be real with me. Tell me you don't like me so I know how to deal with you. In the hood, we call that rocking niggas to sleep. The Democrats been rocking us to sleep for 60 years. Because they get a few niggas, put a few niggas, like I just read today, some black chick, she gonna be the first ever Harvard president. So black people that ain't woke up yet, cheering. They think that's a win for us. No, that's a win for that sister and her family. That's not a win for us. A win for us would be, guess what? It was just 5 black schools that equal to Harvard that just opened up that's fully black ran without no white money. That's where we went in at. Because think about it, what schools we have that's black owned, other than the Nation of Islam. My man Dr. Umar trying to do something, but I don't know how that's turning out or what's going on with that. But the only ones who I know that got full black schools that's black ran without white people money. Yes, they got white banks because we don't have. So when they be like, oh, well, the Nation of Islam got to deal with banks like we got to deal with banks. That's a topic for discussion. Why we don't have our own banks? We don't have our own hospitals. We don't have our own banks. We don't have nothing. We depend on white people for everything. We didn't depend on them for a job. We depend on them for everything, man. So at the end of the day, the government shutting down, I hate when they use the whole, it's going to affect us the most. Then why the fuck is it affecting us the most? What is you doing to make sure it doesn't affect us? See, the reason why they got to keep us, it's like a dude who controls the money. That's why I don't even disagree with sisters when they get to talking, well, I got my own money. That's right, sister, you're supposed to have your, because if a nigga control the money, he control you. So I'm not it's a chick named Tez that be on the Breakfast Club. And she really be getting in her panties, getting in a bunch, because she thinking when a nigga disagree with her, she think it's about the money. No nigga should be mad at a fee. My grandma had her own. My mama had her own. My auntie had her own. A lot of women I know had their own. Did they get help? Yeah. But they had their own for the most part. Because at the end of the day, if a nigga control the money, that's like me and my wife. I don't control her money. She don't control my money. When shit need to be paid, it get paid. We non-traditional with our shit. We ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't about to be trying to regulate her and she ain't about to be trying to regulate me. We both make paper. That's all I need to be said. This dude, okay, I got mine, you got yours, or I got that, you got that. So I don't, you know, that's when we got married, that's what we talked about. So I don't be like when Tez be getting bent out of shape if I post something, or if I jump on her comment thing, or, and you know, she just automatically assume, there's a little chick from the Breakfast Club, man. Just automatically assume that a nigga disagree with her, a nigga, oh, you just mad because you're supposed to have your own, man. I think everybody should have their own. I got 2 boys. I'm gonna make sure they learn and know to have their own. Don't let nobody control you, nigga. That's why I was never into laying up with a female just because she got a place. I'd rather go be with my parents until I get my own place. I'm not about to lay up with no bro, because as soon as she get mad at me, she gonna put me out and bring the next nigga in. I remember a homeboy of mine, or a former homeboy of mine, when I had my baby mama, my first son, he telling me, oh man, you should move in. Nigga, is you crazy? That's some shit y'all do. He looking at me like I'm crazy. But nigga, I'm not moving in with her. I'll go down there and stay a couple weekends and come visit my son. But I'm not about to move my shit in with her so she can toss all my shit outside and have my shit outside in plastic bags. Niggas looking like, damn. And then all she gonna do is move the next nigga in. Man, crazy as hell. Never moved in with my baby mama. Crazy as hell. The first woman I ever lived with is the woman I'm married to. I ain't never lived with no woman other than my mama. And God rest her soul. So having your own is something we need to have. You know what I mean? That's why I feel like, why the fuck we dependent on the government so tough? Why we care about being with the government so tough? They got us with this whole Democrat and Republican shit. That's white people shit, though. That's what they be fighting over. Why you think they had a civil war? You think civil war, y'all really think civil war is about, for real, like don't white people in the North really cared about? The North had more. I'm in Michigan, nigga. How they said the Grand Wizard, I don't know if he lives there now, but at one point in time, his ass and the headquarters was in Howell, Michigan. That's up north, nigga. Them crackers up north, up here, is no different than the crackers down south, man. I'm telling you. They might be a lot more vicious. Here they a little more like, I'm walking around in the park. Like I said, if I was in the South, they might be a little more vicious. Hey boy, like literally in 2023, hey boy, what you doing out here? Because let's say a white person see me walking around and they're like, I see a black man on the phone and he looks suspicious. That's all it takes. White person call some shit in. And they, oh, okay, ma'am. See, in the South, they, like I said, they roll up on me. They might roll up on me and say, hey, boy. Or they might be bold enough to say, hey, nigger. See, here, they might roll up on me, but they gonna try to be slick, like, hey, excuse me, sir. We had got a call. Now, remember, police are trained to de-escalate. And so if they train to de-escalate, that means they know how to escalate. So that means they know how to escalate the situation as well. So they might excuse me, y'all, I see a dog that's loose. I think there's somebody's dog right here. I had to put myself in defense mode, make sure I got what I got on me to take care of. I don't give a fuck if it's a dog, human. I don't give a fuck what it is. I'm gonna have something for your ass. But like I was saying, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers get too caught up in that shit and thinking, you know what I'm saying, one is better than the other. They the same. Racism or white supremacy is one bird, two wings. Right wing, left wing. It's the same shit. So, Joe Biden, oh, he picked Kamala. Nigga, that's politics. He don't really give a fuck about Kamala. They don't give a fuck about Kamala. Why you think they saying he need to step down? Is they saying, oh, Kamala's the right person to replace him? Even the white people, the media, like, nope. We should go get Michelle Obama. We should go. They trying to go get everybody but Kamala. So if they really rock with her like that, they would be saying, hey, she the vice president. If he step down, she need to step up and become president. But don't nobody like her. Niggas don't like her, because I sure don't like her. And white people don't like her. So a lot of shit is politics. When they tap these people, like her being the first so-called African-American vice president, Obama, the first president, how does that help us? Like, critically thinking. Like, put your cap on. Like, critically think. Damn. Obama being the president. Now, keep in mind, Obama didn't do shit for us. He did shit for gay people. He did shit for everybody else. He told us, oh, I'm the president of everybody. But when it came to gays, did he say that to... So when the gays needed money and needed protection, did he tell the gay people, the transgenders, hey, I'm not going to do nothing specifically for you because I'm the president of everybody. So why he didn't say that same shit to them? Why he say that shit to us? When we say, hey, man, you black, you need to do something for us. He get to talking about, man, I'm the president of everybody else. I'm not the president. I'm not just the president of black people. I'm the president of everybody else. Okay. Why you didn't say that to the Jewish people? Why you didn't say that to the gay people? See, that's bullshit. But we the ones who pushed the votes to push him over. He got enough votes from the black people. He got enough votes from the white people, and that's who pushed him over. Us. We voted for him, what, 98%? So 98% of black voters voted for Obama. All he needed was not even half, like maybe 20-something% of white people to vote for him. It's enough liberals, it's enough gay white people and all them people to be like, oh, I'll vote for Obama. So that's all that was, man. How you think Joe Biden got in office? He used Kamala. Kamala come down with her little Chuck Taylors, her little Timberlands. Like, ask yourself, ladies, black women, ask yourself. Her wearing Timberlands, her wearing Chuck Taylors, how has that helped you? Because the last I checked, y'all still at the bottom when it comes to pay. When it comes to everybody. Y'all down there, the Mexican women down there about to top y'all. The white woman at the top, especially the white Jewish woman, she at the top. After her, Asians, after Asians, it's Mexicans and blacks. But then they tell y'all issue is with us. Oh, y'all make more than us. The white man make more than the black woman. Why she not comparing? Why the white person or white people not saying, hey, you should look at how much the white woman make and how much the white man make. That should be an issue for you. But no, they tell you it's an issue when the black man makes a few dollars. You understand me? That's when it become a problem, when the black man, you know what I'm saying, make a few dollars. Hold on, y'all. I don't know who dog this is. But I gotta keep me a stick just in case I had to dot him in his head. Don't want to hurt the little doggy. But, you know, I gotta do what I gotta do to to protect me. You understand? So like I was saying, when it comes down to it, as black people, we got to get off the whole government plantation, for one. I know it's scary. I know it's like, oh, what we gonna do now? But at the end of the day, we got to get off that shit. We got to get off that whole Republican, Democrat shit. Because at the end of the day, they don't give a fuck about us. We have to use our votes as a block and not as individuals. Because see, in the black community, they trying to separate us. Black women against black men. Straight people versus gay people. Straight black men versus gay black women. Smart nigga versus hood nigga. Like, they separate us. Now keep in mind, every community is the same way. You don't think it's gay Jews? You don't think it's thuggish Jews? You don't think it's... You get what I'm saying? Like, we better than these Jews? You don't think they deal with that shit? You don't think Asians and Arabs and everybody else deal with that shit? We all deal with it, man. We just put our shit out in Front Street. We just jump online, or we always arguing with each other, and you know, when something happens, we point the finger. We always airing out our laundry. Now, in the hood, motherfuckers don't like nobody airing their laundry out. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker think, you know, keep shit to themselves type of way. But at the end of the day, when it comes to the white folks, we don't mind running our motherfucking mouth. We don't mind getting online talking crazy. But when it comes to the hood, man, that's hood shit, man, you snitching, man, you know what I'm saying? So they know us. They know from the people they just studied in penitentiary. Because for y'all who don't know, they study niggas. They study the black woman. They study us. They see our childhood. They see, like even with schools. Schools do the same shit. That's why you got schools that be, you know, intrusive into your life. Hey, you know, they asking kids about parents and what's going on in their household. Bitch, your job is to teach. But that's just ways they be trying to figure out what's going on. You know what I mean? That's why, again, white people, for the most part, don't like the government in their business. You gotta think, man, them people be in your business, they'll jam your ass up. Like I just told you about student loans. Black women hold the more student loan debt. Joe Biden, that's how he was able to get black women to be like, yeah, I'm gonna vote for him. He gonna say he gonna get rid of student loans. And lo and behold, who's still holding the most student loan debt? Black women. So now what they gotta do now, like I just told you, the chick from Harvard, they didn't appointed her. See, all this is part of politics. Harvard is have produced Republicans and Democrats. So they basically neutral, but at the same token, whoever in power, that's who they're gonna roll with. You know what I mean? So by Democrats being in power right now, hey y'all, hey Harvard, y'all promote the black sister. Then once they promote her, oh look, we love the black women's. We love y'all. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers don't love y'all, man. Then they have y'all thinking we y'all enemy. Boy, I tell you, it's a cold politics, and psychology is a cold game. And that's all it is, man. It's a cold game. So I'm at 34 minutes. Didn't mean to speak this long. But the government, man, shutting down ain't nothing to be afraid about, man. We can't keep allowing money to be sent to a country, and we don't even know what the fuck the money been sent for. Now that people did their homework, now the shit online. See, people like that, they don't like. But it's too many of us. I might see the shit and retweet it. I might do some homework and retweet it or put it up there. I mean, it can't kill everybody. You know what I'm saying? So, shit getting out there. It's videos. Because you got to ask yourself, if they in a war-torn country, this ain't 1940s. Everybody got a fucking cell phone. Where is the footage of the war? So every time they show something happening in Ukraine, it's through military surveillance. It ain't like an average person who just walking catch Oh, I caught a Russian such and such fly over or drop a bomb. It's always through the government. You can tell it's government shit. Like I just saw recently when they was flying over and there was a whole bunch of shit decimated. And they said, oh, the Russians dropped bombs and decimated this whole town. And they flying over. When did that happen? How we know when that happened? That could have happened 10 years ago. That could be somewhere that they haven't rebuilt yet. And they saying the Russians dropped bombs the other day. That could have been 10 years ago. How we know? If it's through the government. But where is the regular, everyday motherfucking citizen in Ukraine with a cell phone like how I'm on my cell phone? Where's that footage? There's no footage of that. And you telling me out of all the people in Ukraine, nobody got a cell phone? Nobody captures shit on their cell phone? I don't believe that. That shit full of shit. So again, black people, when they say it's gonna affect us specifically, think about it. Okay, let's say it is true. It affects us specifically. So when it comes to student loans, why can't Joe Biden say, hey, I'm specifically gonna make sure black women get their student loans reduced? Why it gotta be minorities? Why it gotta be people of color? Think about it. Oh man, y'all affected by police brutality, black people. Okay, so when you create these laws, why you can't create a law specifically for us? Why it has to include minorities? And for who y'all who don't know, minority is a very broad, biggest term. If you say minority, that means white women, that means gay white men, that means Asians, that means Arabs, Jews, Indians. It's not specifically for us, right? So at the end of the day, man, we got to get off that shit and think, hey, if this shit affecting us specifically, then y'all need to cash this out specifically. And quit trying to say, oh, we can't do that. Or we got to put this other term on there. Nah, put black on there. Give us our reparations for black people. Give us an anti-hate crime bill, black hate crime bill, specifically for us. Gays got it. Jews got it. Everybody else, Asians got it. Everybody else got it. Why we ain't got one? So, I don't believe in that shit. The only reason why you'll catch me online or you'll catch me saying something about Trump, because at least Trump had black people getting paper. Trump pardoned so many niggas. Like, this nigga pardoned Kwame Kilpatrick, the former mayor of Detroit. He pardoned so many people. Oh man, he only did that for votes. What the fuck you think the Democrats do? You think the Democrats grabbed Kamala because she was the smartest and the best choice? Same shit. But at the end of the day, we had some paper in our pocket. We didn't have inflation. We didn't have all these motherfuckers coming across the border. We didn't have all the chaos that we having right now in our country when he was the president. All y'all was worrying about was, he's racist. America's racist, motherfucker. The co-worker that you work with is racist. Your boss that you work for is racist. America is racist. Just admit it. Just because a nigga pat you in the head, he allowed you to come to his house, or like on news or TV and TV show, when you see white men with black women and black men with white women, that don't mean shit. That's fucking. And as y'all see, men will hump anything, and obviously women allow anything to hump them. That's biological. That ain't got shit to do with race. You'll drop a nigga off. Matter of fact, my uncle, rest in peace, he fought in the Vietnam War. Do you think them guys over there who been in tour, my uncle and all of them, they tough in the draws? Do you think they looked at them Vietnamese women like, man, I ain't humping them Vietnamese. I don't like no Vietnamese, Viet Cong women? Or do you think they was like, hey, come here? Do you think when Hitler was doing what he's doing, do you think they didn't sleep with Jewish women and Jewish women didn't sleep with Nazis? You really think that? This shit biological when it come to that, man. People get tough in the draws, they gonna hump anything. Male or female. Period. So that's all I got to say on the government shutting down, man. Don't get too rattled about that shit. In 45 days, we'll be back in the same shit. Don't get rattled and let them people tell y'all, man, it's gonna affect y'all. Then if it's gonna affect us, nigga, then cash us out then, specifically. Period. Give us our cheese, nigga. Give us a crime bill, specifically for us. If everything gonna affect us. All right? Y'all enjoy your day, man. Peace.